Where should the Mesh AP be? Make sure that the first main mesh device at home can be connected well to the network. Otherwise, the second mesh device will not work. Mesh networking can be set up using the WPS button or an Ethernet cable. To ensure a successful setup, it is recommended to use an Ethernet cable. Power on the second mesh device, and connect its WAN interface to the LAN interface of the first main mesh device via a network cable. Wait about 2 minutes for mesh data to synchronize. When the LED of the second mesh device is lit in blue, the mesh networking is completed. Remove the network cable and power off the second device. Prepare the Wi-Fi detection software in advance. It is recommended to download the Airport Utility app for an iPhone from the Apple Store, the Wi-Fi Analyzer app for an Android phone from the Google Play Store, or the Insider software from the computer. Take an Android phone for example. 1. Enable the Wi-Fi of the phone to connect the main mesh device. 2. Open the Wi-Fi Analyzer app, and click the 5 GHz in the upper right corner. 3. Find the 5 GHz SSID of the main mesh device, and the corresponding RSSI indicates the Wi-Fi signal strength received by the phone. Observe the 5 GHz RSSI of the main mesh device. Between the home coverage blind spot and the first mesh device, find a location where the RSSI is -65 dBm to -60 dBm, and install the second mesh device in this location. If this position is not suitable for installation, find another place near it. After a proper place is found, power on the second mesh device and observe its LED. If the LED is solid blue, the networking succeeds. The WPS button installation mode can also be adopted. After a proper place is found, power on the second mesh device, and press its WPS button to make the LED start flashing green. Then press the WPS button on the first main mesh device until the LED starts flashing green. Wait for about 2 minutes, and observe the LED of the second mesh device. If the LED is solid blue, the networking is successful. If the LED of the second mesh device turns red flashing, it means the mesh networking fails. In this case, please check whether you have strictly followed the above steps, and please repeat them. If the LED of the second mesh device turns blue flashing, it indicates that the Wi-Fi signals are not good. Repeat the previous steps to ensure that the second device is in the place where the 5 GHz RSSI is -65 dBm to -60 dBm. The installation suggestions for typical scenarios are as follows. Scenario 1, a slender or large house, greater than 180 square meters. In this scenario, the first main mesh device is usually placed at the entrance. Use a tool to scan the RSSI and deploy the second mesh device. To ensure the coverage effect, it is recommended to deploy the third mesh device. These mesh devices are arranged in a V shape. Scenario 2, a multi-floor house. For a multi-floor house, it is strongly recommended to use wired networking for the Mesh APs on different floors. Follow the above installation steps on the first floor, and use a wired connection on the second floor, where it is recommended to put the mesh device directly at the center of the house. On the second floor, if the room is greater than 100 square meters, or the first device is on the edge so that the coverage is poor in other places, it is recommended to add another mesh device. In this case, repeat the installation operation on the first floor, that is, use the recommended software to view the 5 GHz RSSI value of the first mesh device on the current floor, and install a mesh device in a location where the RSSI is -65 dBm to -60 dBm. Scenario 3, cafes, restaurants and shops, and other densely populated places. They are densely populated and have a large number of access terminals, which are usually close to or even exceed the system load. It is recommended that mesh devices be evenly distributed indoors to cover the entire scenario. They should be connected in the wired mode. Installation precautions. 1. do not put the mesh device too high or too low. Ensure that the user and the device are roughly on the same horizontal plane, that is, place the device at a height of 1.2 to 1.5 meters. 2. Place the device in an unobstructed position, not behind any corner or obstacle. Keep away from objects that affect wireless signals, such as metals and mirrors. 3. Keep away from interference sources, e.g., wireless routers, microwave ovens, cordless phones, Bluetooth devices, data centers, and other devices that may generate a large amount of high-frequency noise. 4. Please do not obstruct the device. Walls or other signal-blocking objects should be kept out of the coverage area. 5. Device uses external antennas, keep them vertical. It is recommended that they be placed at a 45 degrees angle to the ground. 6. The mesh network in a multi-floor house should be wired rather than wireless. 7. It is recommended to employ no more than 4 mesh devices for networking. The wireless mesh networking supports no more than 2 hops.